I can definitely tell that that fan moves more air than the electric fan. And then it's got an advantage because it's using the whole radiator, where the electric fan was using this much of the radiator. Probably a 16-inch would be my assume. Yeah, 16-inch. So, and I don't know what CFM that is. So, a buddy of mine had that, and he said, "Hey, you can have that electric fan if you want to put an electric fan on your car." So I gave it a shot. I don't think it's quite enough. I don't want to say if. When I go to an aluminum radiator, I will probably go back to an electric fan, but I will go to a better electric fan. A bigger electric fan, I may build a whole shroud for it, so it draws through the whole radiator, like it should. And right now she's warming up. I'm gonna close the hood so she gets, kind of simulated draw, and we'll let her idle around and see what she goes up to, and maybe take her for a drive. I don't know if you've seen that. So this is the hood prop rod. See how it works by itself. It's got the little lock right there. Take it up, that releases it. Take it back down, pick it up past that, it locks again. Why can't new cars have that? No, let's put a hood shock on it. That's awesome stuff. Or just build you a prop rod. I mean, like I said, she's far from perfect. She could have a lot more depth in that paint, but it's white also. White is one of those paints that I've always struggled with. I've never been really good at painting white. I'm really not sure why. White's just a difficult color to paint, or I'm just stupid, but one of those things. But if you look at cars, even at shows that are white, man, most white cars just don't have the depth that other cars do. I think it's just white, So, but anyway, it'll work for now. All right, let's see what this dude does, heating up wise. I'm not going to say she's fixed, but that's not bad. I've done a few miles, and that's as high as she got. That's where she set at. I don't know. She might function with this fan, but she should still be running cooler than this. So you know, we'll see. I'll keep driving her a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm trying. So, because, you know, my goal, I don't really want to do like a hot rod power tour, but I would like to do a redneck muck power tour, and just drive it anywhere I want to. That's my goal. If I decide I want to go to Houston, Texas, to see, I don't know, the Beastie Boys in concert, I'm going to Houston, Texas. And that's what I want. That would be my goal, to be able to just drive it anywhere. If I could get the AC done on this, because somebody's pulled all the AC stuff off of it, get that all figured out and fixed, and make it cool down, and make this thing run cool and drive cool, and be cool in the interior when I want it to be cool in the interior, and not have the windows down, and be able to take it anywhere, that would be the ultimate goal. So, you know, if I wanted to drive it to Route 66 from one end to the other, it'd do it. That's my plan. That's what I want to do. That is like my bucket list vacation. And that might sound dumb to some people, but you know, some people are ocean people. Some people are mountain people. I'm car people. And my vacation, I would like to be in my car. I don't like flying nowhere. I would rather drive, especially something cool. So, you know, I'm getting there. If I can get this window straightened around where I can get it up and down, that'll help. Because, you know, it's not bad out. And, you know, I don't know how many miles I've went. I've got 60 on the odometer now. I know it was 64 something when I got the car. So, you know, moving. Sitting there idling, the temperature staying right where it was at. So, that's not a bad thing. I just wish it was cooler. So, but I can live with that 210-ish temperature. That is not bad on a small block Chevy. So, we'll see. Anyway, all right. Good deal. All right. I don't know how well you can see all this, but this is the motor. These are my two wires I was talking about. It's a pretty crusty looking little motor. I filled him full because this guy, I thought I should be able to turn this, but I cannot. So that makes me think that it's locked up here maybe. So I got these fancy dancy little robo grips. Yeah, that is something. So all right, next I think is taking the screws out here and here, pulling this motor off, hopefully, and seeing if I can get this dude freed up. And then once this dude's freed up, make sure the motor works, and then maybe I can go back together and put this dude back in the door. So, I don't know. Let me see if I can get those screws out. Let me get the best screwdriver in my kit, because I don't know why it is, but I am rough on screwdrivers, probably because I use them for everything they're not supposed to be used for. That screw was extremely tight. That was sarcasm. I use a lot of sarcasm. Sometimes I don't think it comes off quite like it should, because, you know, I'm being sarcastic, and, you know, maybe you don't quite tell, but I am like one of the most sarcastic people I know. Maybe the most sarcastic person I know, but anyway, so there's a little shop here in town that rebuilds motors. I don't know if this is something they could possibly tackle if this motor needs rebuilt. It's just a big old rubber piece. There we go. Alright. Yeah, this dude is still tight. Okay. That, I think I'm on the right track here. We'll fill this dude back full of WD-40. I'm not a big WD-40 fan. And then I will also hook this motor to some power and see if he will run, and go from there. I don't know. I don't think it matters which one's which, because like I said, it's a reverse polarity motor. So you know, one way good, one way bad, blah blah. I could take these two screws out, see if I can pull it apart and clean it up. But before I do that, I'm just going to, man, I might put this dude in the drill. I wonder if I can get that dude off there without breaking it. I think fits snug, I will give it that. Alright, Robo Grips to the rescue, man. I mean, it's a little tight, but it's not horrible tight. I can't turn it with my fingers, but yeah, that dude turns. Let's get you set up over by the car where I have 12 volt power, and see if that dude turns. Alright, so I got this dude plugged into my negative. I'm going to turn him just a little bit here. Okay, he is turning a little bit. And then I got this dude plugged into my positive. I hear shit going on, but he is not moving. Let's flip him here and see if that helps him out. He's tight. Okay, so yeah, let's go to tearing him apart. Let's go to that part of it. And let's take him apart, hopefully, and see how he does. Alright, I don't know how much of that you could catch. So this guy cleaned up, he looks okay. This guy cleaned up, he looks okay. Armature's a little rough, but you know, it could probably be used. You know, once you get it in there, it wouldn't hardly turn at all. Now it turns good. The problem is this little bakelite piece that's got the brushes in it. So the bushing come off. There's a bushing, brass bushing that's in the back of this. It come off with this piece because it was seized on. I was able to get it off of here via some side cuts prying around the armature, which isn't extremely good for the armature, but you know, I didn't have a lot of options. But anyway, I got him off, and the armature needs cleaned up now from that. But this bakelite is cracking on me where I tried to put this bushing back in, and the bakelite is just so freaking brittle. So you know, I mean, it's old, it's really old. So I don't know, you know. And then this spring was broke on this side. So really the best thing to do would be get a new motor. I don't know how possible that is yet. So, I don't know if you've seen this, but so this guy I chucked into my drill. He turns free as a bird now. You know, he's good. So this piece is good. That's a bonus. This piece, I don't think I can fix. Unless I could get like this piece. If I could get this piece, then I could possibly fix it. But it looks like these are little rivets. It's riveted in. You know, if there's a replacement piece that's screwed in, then maybe I could. But I want to do some digging. So this this motor is a 2-wire. It's got a pretty standard looking mount on it, pretty standard looking shaft. So my guess is it was sourced from something. So hopefully I can find out that it was sourced from, you know, a 1967 AMC Ambassador with power windows in it or something. Or, you know, maybe even something more common. But I'm going to do some digging, some looking, and for this moment, I'm kind of at a standstill with this particular window. I will start trying to get the window to come down. If I can get it to where I can at least work it up and down by hand or something, that will be great. So at least I have some airflow while I'm trying to fix this. So I got it broke loose, and now I can push it up and down, so that helps me finish troubleshooting the car out. You know, hey, there we go. A little bit better, a little bit better. Little by little, I'm getting there. So yeah. You can see the magic hole I made right there in order to get that motor out without removing everything. You know, it's fiberglass door. I don't feel like I hurt its structural integrity any, but you know, hey, it'll serve its purpose. It'll do good. And if I want to, I can put a plate over that when I'm done and reinforce it. But we'll see. First, I got to find a motor. But right now, at least I can cruise with the windows down and get a little airflow in the car. Awesome. I think that's what I'm getting ready to do. So I had to get creative. I didn't want to take the whole window assembly out. I could not see or get to anything. So I made an extra hole where my motor used to sit. This guy, you know, was freed up. I don't know if I showed you guys this hole. I know I didn't show the video of me getting it out. I was kind of frustrated and fighting with it. And here is the old motor. That is junk-ola. I'm going to be taking it in and searching it over for numbers to see if I can come up with anything that'll point me in the direction of what it used to be. There is some writing right there, I think. But I don't know how it's going to clean up. We will find out. So, yeah. I'm having trouble finding a motor. So I may get creative with that too. So, we'll see. Redneck Muck, out. So this is the rod for the door latch to open it from the inside. It was rusted in two. So I got creative again. You know, I thought about getting the welder out and seeing if I could get that to weld worth the crap, and I thought that's about the same size as that that roll pin over there. So you can just barely see the grooves from the roll pin. So where this rusted in two, the 2 points are touching, and they're, you know, an inch or better hammered into that roll pin, and then covered in JB Weld. And you know, my welder is an old welder, and I really need to do some work on it and make it work good, and it would help me out tremendously. But I think this will hold. I think it'll hold just fine. And I could be wrong, and it might break after the first 2 uses. But, you know, if it does, I'll just pull the door handle off, and I'll come up with another plan. But, you know, for the meantime, It's a shock.